What do you kind of tell the guys after a game like this? After yesterday being in a very close one, what do you do to try to get them back up to play tomorrow?
You know, we need Hawkman to come out and have a good start, but I think we've got to stay positive. I'm not going to beat them up and scream at them and get after them today. I think the effort's there. The execution hasn't been very good. It happened pretty quick. You know, it felt like Beaver was in control of that game, and then all of a sudden we're down by 6 or 7, and it felt like 100 because our guys were filling up the strike zone. So I think, you know, continue to make sure that the guys believe in themselves and have some confidence in themselves and come out tomorrow ready to land blows, and if things go sideways, make sure that we don't back off it.
And what did you think of Beaver today? You got beat up by Brandon Cuddy. You know, he pitched pretty well besides that.
I just told our media guy, I said, I thought it feels like they're hitting him 3rd, 6th, and 9th. He comes up every time there's 2 guys on base, yesterday and today. So I'm excited to throw a left-hander against him tomorrow.
Would you guys had a lot of lefties facing off against them, 2 lefties in a row. Did you think about making any lineup changes with the number of lefties that you already have in your lineup versus 2 lefties at the front of the rotation?
Yeah, we've been talking about it a lot. You know, we knew going into the weekend that we're left-handed, and our better lineups have 6 left-handed, 5-6 left-handed hitters in there. We give up a lot defensively when we go to a right-handed lineup. Significantly, we give up a lot defensively when we go to a right-handed lineup. So it's been a little bit difficult. We've been trying to get our left-handed hitters, still early in the year, but our left-handed hitters experience against left-handed pitching to see how many of them can hang in there and handle them. We've got a number of them that are going to be in the lineup versus right or versus left because they can handle them. But there's a few guys that we've got to start thinking about what we're going to do when there's left-handed pitchers. And this was kind of our weekend to really, we haven't faced a lot of left-handed pitching. This is our weekend to find out how those guys handle left-handed pitching. And then, you know, we got to go decide how much defense we're willing to give up.
And is this series kind of like something that gives you a chance to, you know, analyze your team and in particular the left-left matchups to see where you're kind of at and what you kind of need to do going forward before you get into conference play?
Yeah, and it's a good test. You know, I think no offense to the teams who played last year in the preseason, but a lot of them didn't have traditional good years like they had in the past with our schedule. So we rolled into conference play feeling pretty good about ourselves and maybe not having a real accurate assessment of where we were at. I think this gives us a little bit more feedback of where we're at, what we need to work on, and where we stack up, you know, across the country.
And what's it like for you, you know, facing off against George, you know, after you've coached underneath him before?
It's fun, you know. It's fun. You know, our families are our families are all friends, and it's fun to see him. And Coach Holman and I are really good friends. So it's fun to see everybody. I'd prefer to win. You know, I think it's one thing to lose to somebody you don't like, but it's another thing to lose to somebody you do like. I don't know which one's worse. I think the people you talk to, and you got to wear it. So he beat me in ping pong a few years ago, and I keep hearing about that every time I see him. So I'm gonna have to live this series down. We need to get we need to punch back tomorrow, so I don't have to wear a sweep.
And you've seen the composition of Georgia's teams in the past. You know, usually it's a grind them out type. This offense, it seems like a little bit more pop in the lineup. Do you see that from them, or is this, you know, just on this weekend that you're seeing it?
Depends. You go back to the Oregon offensives, and they've traditionally been a little more grinded out. You go back to Fullerton, and they've had some sock in the lineup and guys that could hit the ball over the fence. Yeah, they got a couple left-handed hitters, so a little bit more physical. They're a good team. They got a good offense, and we're going with a left-hander tomorrow, and I'm curious to see how that all works out and folds with their left-handers in their lineup.